To a tier list on solo laners and specifically on how fun each solo laner is to play. I have every god currently in Smite here, although some of them I'll be putting in this bottom category here because you don't really play them in solo, so that'll be most hunters, most mages kind of deal. All the tiers are very much self-explanatory, and this is obviously my own opinion. You might enjoy a god much more than I do. So let's get started with Achilles. And Achilles is most games are fun. However, I do get some games where I completely hate myself, especially if I'm playing against someone with a cripple. So Archeo, Poseidon, as some examples. Achilles really obviously struggles because of his sidestep dash mechanic, his one, I think it is. Um, really fun ability to use. Just sucks against a cripple. His kit is just really fun. Really fun in the solo lane, really fun in jungle as well, though it doesn't really matter. Agni, I've never played in solo, although I have seen someone like FineOK play it in casuals, but I don't really think it's, a solo laner. AMC, I've seen quite a few people play AMC in my ranked games. I don't really think it's necessarily a solo lane. I haven't played it myself, but I could see why if AMC is really good, he can be playing solo with his hives. Now this one's probably my favorite solo pick is Upwash. Definitely inspired by the Deathwalker Upwash, and also my good friend Mr. Blitz. He just is always fun, always able to get more value out of him than I should, especially in the laning phase. Obviously, in team fights, he begins to fall off a bit because he's not very good at being a frontliner, but it's his ways. Amma's a fun god to play, especially now that she's been buffed with her skills. She very much like she's running it down at you, and yeah, she's just really fun, really fun. Oh, I love playing her in the jungle as well. But obviously, this is a solo lane tail, so that doesn't really matter. But overall, very fun god. I'm happy to see that she's very good again. And I haven't played Anubis. It's going to be one of these bottom two. I've played Anubis in solo before. I'm not very good at Anubis, granted. I'm going to say with personally dislike. So I don't think I'll ever really have fun with Anubis. He's like my friends always call him. Me and my friends always call him the bastion of Smite because we're all Overwatch players. If you know, you know. He's good at killing new players, but against an experienced player, Anubis is quite difficult to play. Okay, Ao Kwang is it's a 50-50 in the solo lane. If you can get ahead and if you can get to late game, then he's going to be really fun. But if you're kind of getting stomped, it's like it's not really fun. He's just you're stuck in mid game for a lot longer than anyone else is because Ao Kwang is obviously a late game god. He is in the jungle. He's in solo lane, but it's really fun going nom nom Dragon Man. Aphrodite. Well, I know Aphrodite is a solo laner, but can be a solo laner, but I haven't ever played her. Apollo, I've played once in the solo lane. It's not really solo material for a start, but I'm gonna go with personally dislike because it's just like tanky, which is the whole point of being a solo. Now, if this was Dragon Story 1, we're putting this right at the top, but I'm not, and I've never actually played it, so I need to play it down here, but it'll probably be really fun because I don't really enjoy Awakening. Ares, okay, I don't know how this has happened. Ares is a really fun god for me personally. Obviously, Deathwalker, another one of his signature picks, is the Ares solo. But I'm no Deathwalker. He makes that god look like it belongs in solo. I definitely don't. But if you get a game where you can, especially with like Plate Helm right now, he's probably actually really good because that's obviously an aura item. To his passive is already a strong item as it is. But I personally haven't enjoyed playing Ares all that much. I might play him again before Vampire Shroud gets nerfed. Artemis, obviously never played in the solo lane. Artio, my ranked pick alongside another god, which will come up later. Always really fun. really chunks with the current builds. Um, Running things like Soul Gem on her is always fun because you can do that kind of thing in the solo lane. Because she procs it every like every 2 seconds. She's a really good guardian for the solo lane. Really fun, really fun. Really good against someone like Achilles, obviously. But there's a lot of gods that she's really good against and really good at diving because of her cripple, her stun, her root, her slow, just everything. Athena's 50-50 for me. Athena's fun until she's not, basically. She obviously has great global pressure with her ult, but I feel like in solo lane you can use that the least out of the roles that she's played in commonly. Obviously, she's played in support and jungle where you can rotate a lot more freely than you can in solo lane. Solo lane, you kind of need to preempt that a fight's going to happen, and so you proxy. Probably much better with like a coordinated team, which my teams are definitely not in ranked. Wheelix. Now, Mr. Blitz would definitely put this in forever fun. For me, I've never played it personally. I've never really played much of Wheelix. I could see her being quite fun though. First step, and whenever I played against her though, she's struggled. I played Baba Yaga before. It's definitely not solo material, but I've played her in solo before. Yeah, she's very. She's not very good for it. She's just a mid in solo. It's not, you can't build it really anything different. Bacchus, I played him once or twice. I would say I'd probably have a lot of fun on Bacchus, but I haven't played him enough, so I'm going to keep it in the 50-50. Bacchus just has a really fun kit. Bacchus is a really fun god to play. You just jump on people and burp at them, and then make them drunk. There's nothing complex about his kit. Very fun, just lots of damage you can do as well. Bacchus, this is one I've never personally played, but I have watched people play it, like especially in like old SPL. Trying to think who was like Cyclone Spin played it once if I remember correctly in like finals and absolutely destroyed the enemy team. That was a great game. But Baka, never played it personally. I could definitely see it be really fun though. I do need to give Baka more of a go. Baron is a really fun god for me. I just don't think his kit synergizes very well with me personally, and I hate Baron's Brew. Not for the item, because it moves your wards to the second row. Because I play on console is a bit of an issue, because I have muscle memory of where to go for wards. And I end up half the time leaving with multi-pots. I don't really like his one personally. I don't personally like his kit. It's the only thing I like is his ult. But Baron's he's not a bad pick in solo. Obviously, Fine OK played him recently in SPL and won. It's one of them. This would be another Mr. Blitz is forever fun pick, but I'm not personally a Bastet player. Anytime I play a duel, I seem to get Bastet with my friend doing random 1v1s. It's about the most experience I have of playing in solo lane. She is fun though. I could definitely see her being like a most games are fun kind of god, or a 50-50. Probably more like Alkwang. But I know most games are fun, just run it down. Similar to Amma, she's better now because of build paths suiting her a bit more, because obviously Shoguns is more in the meta, so attack speed is something that Belinda really likes. You can get Leader's Cowl on her if you want. You can get Rangers obviously helps. You can get a lot of different. You have a lot of options to go with now on Bellona. However, her 2 still sucks because you get interrupted. Oh, Gabrakan, I personally don't like. Even though he's always a struggle to play against. I just seem to suck at playing him. I just don't like it. And plus, I hate how much his tremors cost in terms of mana. But you also have a blue off which counts that. But I could definitely see if I played him more, him going up to 50-50. But yeah, I don't think he'll ever go up to like these top 2 up here. Camazot, I played one game with him in solo. I hated my life during it. So yeah, don't need to say much. I didn't know his kit very well, and this is one that I'll definitely revisit at some point. I just need to get around to it, and I'm sure I'll enjoy him more when I do that. Cerberus, forever fun. I love Cerberus. He's my ranked pick if I need anti-heal. Or Aposhes. Nah, I don't pick Aposh in ranked. I might though, you never know. Obviously his kit's just really fun to use. He does a boatload of damage, especially in the solo lane, because you can build more. Bruiser like, and his ult's always good. His passive's always good, so it's always a good pickup. Kurinos, no, solo laner. Shock. Shock is most games are fun. Similar to these two. You just run it down. But I'm gonna move Shock down a level. He's the same as those two, but he just falls off too much late game for me personally. These two still hold things in team fights. He just doesn't do enough damage to be able to do things in team fights. But he's fun, so we'll let him off. I like. I enjoy playing Shock, but then I hate playing it like late game. So it's like early game, I'll love him. Late game, I'll hate him. Chunga is a 50-50. She's quite boring to play in solo, to be honest. I don't personally don't get much enjoyment out of her, but yeah, she's just yeah. I don't know what to say. I just don't really enjoy her, even though her kit's fun and fluid. I just don't enjoy it in the solo lane. I guess she's more built for damage. Cardabog would probably be similar to Apollo. They're pretty. I was gonna say similar gods, but not really. But they both have global elements. That's about it. Chiron, not solo laner, of course. Kronos, I've played once. Rarely fun for the solo lane. AC, a lot of fun. Mid, a lot of fun. Solo lane, you can build him actually surprisingly tanky, but even still, his kit just doesn't fit the solo lane. Cthulhu is really fun for me as well. I haven't played that much Cthulhu, granted, but I struggled on him personally. Although I'm always gonna love using Cthulhu Walt, being the big boy, and he definitely belongs in solo more than support. Cullen is my most played god, my ranked pick over Artio and Serb. I will always play Cullen. I love the man. Always fun, always good, always able to have an impact, even behind that enraged form is just so useful. Cupid belongs in this category. Darji, I played it once on accident and I hated my life. She definitely belongs in the not solo material, unless you're crazy. I mean, Danza definitely could fit in solo just because his taunt and his 1v1 potential, but we're going to put him in down there. Scordia down here. Erlang is actually quite fun. You just run it down on the solo laner. Erlang Shen version. I mean, basically playing like a jungle. He's very fun. Just run it down. Fafnir, I haven't actually played in solo, but I played him in a duel, and that's basically like solo, but not really. Um, and he was very fun to play with a lot of damage. I should definitely play him in solo sometime. Fenrir, oh, this is forever fun. I just love bullying people on Fenrir. Brutalize is so fun. His ult is so fun. His runes, when I actually understood his passive, for some reason I struggled with that. He's really fun. Really fun. Freya, never played. Ganesh solo is forever fun. No, it's very much a 50-50 for Ganesh. I'm just going to... Where's Capri? I can put both of these in 50-50. I played both of them. I loved my time on both of them, but my team hated me. So it's 50-50. I love my time. My team hates me for both of them. Obviously, they're both very supportive. It's similar with Geb. I'll probably put Geb in the same category. I played all three of them in solo lane, and they're all very boring, but very fun for me because I enjoy that slower paced game where you stake in tower, you're not having the pressure. You're letting someone else have pressure, which is very much what these three give the enemy solo laner. But Ganesh with damage does schmack, Capri does schmack, and Geb actually does a schmacking of his own. I've played Geb Jungle before, that was very fun. Guan Yu! Personally, I hate playing Guan Yu. I don't know why. He should fit my playstyle. I just don't like it. I hate playing against him. I hate playing him. He just hate him. Even though he's really good, like he is really good. His 3 is really strong. His ult is obviously always very good. His heal is so because all healing right now is very like eh. And then his dash is really annoying. The Slawn is really strong. Hachiman, no, sorry. Hades, 50-50 for Hades. He's fun if you can get ahead. He's fun if you can translate your lead into team fights. He's also super fun. Does a lot of damage, has a lot of life steal, has a lot of sustain. Very quite a fun god, but can also be a pain if you're behind. Bois, rarely fun, not really meant to be played in solo lane. You got a lot of poke, you got a nice ult, but you're not very tanky. Heim, I love playing in solo. Forever fun, Heim. Um, obviously not meant to be a solo laner, but Heim does what he wants and is just very good at. Obviously, he has Bifrost, keeping him sustained. He's not very good at going on like the backline or anything, but he can take someone out of a fight for a few seconds or get someone's beads out, which is useful. His horn provides actually a lot more CC than you'd expect. He's obviously not the best solo laner, nowhere near, but he's fun, and that's what this tier list is about. But obviously, fun and being good often translate to each other. Hell, yeah, not my cup of tea, but also not solo material. Hera, not solo material. Hercules, most games are fun. Just run it down. It's literally Hercules' job description. Run it down, smack the enemy team, do a lot of damage, throw a boulder at them, pull and push them. That's it. That's all you do. Horus. I've played only one or two games of Horus and love him in support, hate him in solo. Very much more a support than a solo though. Huyi, not solo laner. Humbat, not played in solo lane. Iset, not played in solo lane. Izanami, not played in solo lane. This is going to be a really big category. Yanis is someone I have played in solo lane. Most games are fun. Some of my most fun games I've ever had have been on Yanis solo. Just into mid lane and having two mid laners there is so fun. He's obviously not the best, but man, do I love him. Just so much damage as well. You can build surprisingly tanky. You can definitely get on the back line with your portals. Jingwei, I could see Jingwei being okay in solo lane just because of how passive she can be in the lane, but obviously not really solo material. Yom, I love playing Yom. I should say loved because I haven't played him much recently. Obviously, he's not been very good recently. That's why he's getting buffed so much these few patches. But man, I love bullying someone out with his like early game. So fun. Carly, I haven't played in solo. King Arthur. Ooh, King Arthur. King Arthur. It's probably he just has buttons and he's always fun. These are gods I can always play and just always enjoy myself. I don't think I ever hate playing King Arthur. Even behind, you have so much stuff you can do. So fun. Just yeah, you can just get value out of so much. Kukulkan, not needed. Kumbhakarna, I've not really played, so we're gonna put him down here. Kuzenbo, there's nothing more fun than pushing people. Yeah, I should put my pair to be honest. There's nothing more fun than pushing people through a wave and seeing their health just go from 100% to about 25%. So fun. I love him. Loki is 50-50. I've sucked at playing Loki, but he was fun for like what it's worth. I love just bullying the solo laner a little bit, but also not really because you. I built him quite tanky, which whenever I play against a Loki, they always build him very damagey, which obviously makes sense because he's an assassin. But I don't know. I didn't build him like full tank, but I built him hybrid. Um, but I did enjoy him, but it's also low key, and there's only so much enjoyment I can get out of him. Not played Medusa, not played Mercury. I only ever played against one Marlin solo, and he was actually really annoying, and he built quite tanky. Mulan. If you get ahead, always fun. If you're not ahead, never fun. Your 3 is ass. Your ult is okay, but your 2 and your 1 is where at. And even your 1's a bit ass. but it's just like your two. Your two is where it's at. You just get a lot of damage out of it, a lot of healing, a lot of slow in it as well. Neath. Neath is annoying in the solo lane, but not played. Never played Nemesis in the solo lane. There should be Niger, right? Really fun support, really fun jungle, but not in the solo lane because I just don't feel like you can get your items online fast enough because you have such bad clear. You can ring toss, but then after that it's kind of like it's a bit iffy. But I might need to play him again more. Same as like most of these gods in this category, to be honest. Nike, personally, I didn't enjoy playing Nike, but I can see how she'd be really fun because you just knock people back into tower, you jump over them, but you do the jump beforehand, and you disarm them. She's always really annoying. She's really annoying to play against. She's really safe, but I personally just didn't enjoy playing her. Nox, same again. She's got a science. She's got a root. She's got a lot of damage in her orb. She's got a dash, and that's like she has very basic kit. Not very enjoyable, to be honest. Nuwa, not really a solo laner. Odin. This is how you know this is not going by what's good. Guan Yu and Odin, they should not be in the same this lower category. I hate playing Odin. So boring, so boring. Obviously, he doesn't have lane pressure, and that's a big reason why. But even then, I enjoy playing like Ganesh or Geb or something. But he's just so boring. But when you get into team fights, he can be a lot more interesting. Obviously, he gets his cage, he gets his three, he gets his bird bomb. But yeah, Oleron's a god I want to play in solo, but I don't think I ever will. Cyrus. Cyrus is kind of probably my best solo laner, even though I don't play him anymore. But I don't always enjoy playing him. I've had a few games where I've just hated myself whilst playing him. Whereas like a Colin, I never not enjoy playing. Even if I'm having a bad game, I'll enjoy it. Pele, I've never played. I've always meant to. Persephone. I mean, Persephone would always be fun in the solo lane, but I've never played her, so I can't put her anywhere but there. Poseidon I've played and I hated. Not made for the solo lane, obviously. He just, you just don't have anything to deal with the solo laners. They just walk at you and you die. Even Sagan Tower, it's a real struggle playing Poseidon in solo lane, so I don't recommend it. Rajan never played. Ram never played. Ra I've played. Ra's actually kind of fun because Ra somehow isn't tanky, but you can just zoom around and you can actually get picks on the backline. But I would not recommend playing him ever. Ratatoska, top of the list you go. Rat is so fun. Ulting onto their backline, nothing more fun than that. Acorns, extremely fun. His dash, extremely fun. Having two flurries, because I go for the white acorn, very fun. And a very fun building in Tanky. You can get a lot of value out of him. I also really love watching Variety play in that Season 3 Worlds Finals. Raven, most games are fun. Just run it down. Just run it down. Raven's got a really fun kit. Obviously, he's got a backflip. Instantly makes him one of the best gods in the game. But his loop's fun. Well, his loop, I say, this is ult, really. His root and his one, really fun to use. Really good kit. I really enjoy him. Might not necessarily be the best, but really fun. So I never played Saket. Never played, although Leon would love that. Set was a 50-50 for me. Set was fun some games. Other games, completely hated him. Scardy never played. Sobek is very slow paced. 50-50. It's like late game, you'll enjoy yourself. Early game, you're going to hate it. It's not what the 50-50 means. It's like you're going to enjoy some games, hate the other. But if you're, this is kind of how it goes. Soul would probably be fine in the solo lane, but he's, yeah. Fortunately, I haven't played her. Okay, Wukong. Most games are fun. Actually, all games are fun. Most games are fun. It's just you can kind of never die. You know, you get your soul you're online, you get Sledge, Cloud Shield, you just kind of singing your somersault cloud rages, you got a nice dash, stun, or knock up, depending on what you're feeling. Good damage, nice slow. He's a very fun god to play, honestly. Susano, I've seen a lot of people play, never played myself. Sylvanas is a 50-50, just always fun pulling people in, rooting them, knocking them up, wisping them, combo, and them dying because you're building like DPS rather than a tank. Terra, never really played in support, let alone solo. Thanatos, I've played like 3 times, I want to say, and I enjoyed about one and a half of them now, but it was about 2, really, but just depends on how ahead you can get on Thanatos. Same as jungle, really, but you're obviously a bit more tanky here. But it's the same again. You kind of just used for your executes late game, so we kind of are. Morrigan, I've never really played in solo, but obviously I can see her being good. Seen her once or twice there. Thor, personally disliked playing Thor. I had to back way too much. Just don't get enough value out of him personally, and obviously he's not very good right now because of his wall and how it's like, oh, it's not defined which side of the wall you'll be. Um, but I'm no fine. Okay. Like, this man is too good at Thor, and I'm terrible at him. I just can't play him. Thor's never played. Tyr's really grown on me recently, especially with the Tyr-X skin. I love the split personality he has. But Tyr's just a fun god to play. Just fearless all the time. Run arounds, don't die, ult every so often. It's fun. All I feel like I played him once. I feel like all would be fun, and I think I played him once or twice, and I think I would have had fun. Obviously, it's just axe. It's just trying to hit your combo off cooldown. Obviously, so it is in any form of all game. Vamana, get this. I've never actually played Vamana. However, I'm gonna go with personally dislike because even though I had never played him, I've never played him because I didn't think I would like him because he just dies if you get a cast tank. That is. But his kit doesn't seem too bad. Like obviously he does a lot of damage. He enjoys animosity and frostbound and items like that, which are items I quite like because I enjoy doing damage. But unfortunately, I just hate his ult because it just gets him killed 90% of the time. All right, let's have a look. Vulcan. I've definitely played Vulcan solo, but it's been so long that I don't remember. Jibalanke, Xingqian, that is one I have played and rarely fun. You just exist. That's kind of all you do. Xingqian is my support pick, but solo lane, yeah, nah, not my cup of tea to be honest. Very slow gameplay, very much like these Guardians that are in the 50-50. But I would say he's even worse because at least Ketbri and Ganesh, I'm constantly laughing because I'm playing Ketbri and Ganesh in solo. Whereas, like, just playing Chan, it's very boring. Singing Tower 90% of the time. Emerging never played Ymir. I don't personally like playing Ymir that much. But in solo lane, he can actually be really fun. So I'm going with a 50-50. Just freezing people, hitting them with your line, and walling them, and then ulting them is just so fun. And the amount of damage you can do on Ymir makes him really fun. Zeus. I played Zeus once, and let's say it didn't end well, so we're going to put him down here to be nice. Zeus is just a bad god right now. Everyone knows that. Zhonghui, oh, this might be my most controversial opinion of the video. I hate playing Zhonghui. He's super tanky, does a lot of damage, but I hate playing him. Don't ask me why. He should be right up my alley, but I hate him. Obviously, he has his recall demons. He has his card. He has his stun. He has his nice lifesteal, but I just don't like playing him. He's just too immobile for me personally. Tsukiyomi, now this is a god pretty much always have fun on. Just poke your enemies to death. That is, poke the enemy the god or slow the god, depending on how you feel. Obviously, the great old, great utility, very fun solo, and I can be built quite tanky. Love him. Well, Gilgamesh. That drop kick is never not going to be fun. I'm sorry. Okay? I don't even care that he's not OP, or he is OP even. That dropkick, even if it was the worst ability in the game, would always be fun. It's never going to be fun drop kicking either someone into them or them into a wall. Shamash is really fun as well to use. His one is an ability that I love. Pardon me, sorry. I feel it's a bit underrated. Um, but yeah, I just yeah, he's a fun god. Oh yeah, I forgot his leap. His leap's quite interesting. Definitely undervalued. You can get a lot of life, not a lot of life, still, but a bit of lifesteal. Nice bit of movement speed out of it. Yeah, fun. Morgan, I played like twice and was OP god in it. It's just an OP god. Probably going to move down to here when she eventually gets nerfed into being bad. Not bad, but like mediocre, which might actually never happen. But if she does, she'll definitely move down here because she's only really fun because she's good. Really annoying to play against just because taunts, slows, knockups, knockbacks, whatever you want, she's got it. Alright, and our last god is Tiamat, who is one I have actually played in the solo lane quite a bit, and most games are pretty fun with Tiamat. She just obviously she feels better in mid, but she is fun to play in the solo lane. You really just you really just like place down minions constantly. You just spam out the enemy solo laner. But then come team fight, she kind of just you don't actually it doesn't actually feel like you're playing that differently to a mid laner because you are even as a mid laner you will dive on the back line because that's how Tiamat's played a bit more. Well, a little bit because you have to be in that grounded stance to be on the ground stance to get by. You have to be close to them, but unfortunately, she she does feel like she falls off in the solo lane compared to the mid lane. But obviously, that's because mid lane's her role. Let's just go over these and make sure that I'm not going to change any of them. So the top tier, I definitely agree that all of them will always be fun. I couldn't move Erling Shen down a little. So Erlang, I have recency bias with Erlang, where I just played a really fun game the other day, but I think I'm going to move him down. And is there anyone I'd move up? Maybe Sylvanas. It's Shock would definitely be one I would consider. Shock. Yeah, I'm gonna move Shock back up. I think Shock, even though I moved him down, he is fun. He is fun. There's nothing, especially if you have a chocolate skin. He's great. 50-50. I'm actually gonna move Chonga down. I just I don't find her that fun in the solo lane, even though I played her quite a bit. Ares definitely stay down. Baron definitely stay down. Kronos, yeah, but all of these are staying down here, and then all of these are definitely staying in here. All right, and that concludes this video. Obviously, let me know your opinions down in the comments below. I'm assuming a lot of people are gonna, well, probably mention this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, definitely this one. Like all of this like end bit here is probably a bit more controversial. But obviously, people are going to disagree with the top one. Like people don't like playing Artia, people don't like playing Fenrir. It's perfectly fine. You're allowed your own opinions. Please let me know what your opinions are in the comment section below. And I hope you enjoyed. Peace.